Hello, hello, Facebook Live. Welcome to day 2 of Decided Queens. Once you arrive, let us know in the comments that you are here. We are going to set the tone, set the mood, set the vibe, get yourself cozy, settle in. You know what to do. We are going on a ride today, ladies. So join us. Let us know in the comments that you are here. If you are catching this on the replay, go ahead and hashtag replay. Sally, Jen, welcome. We are just going to let the room fill. Settle in, ladies, and buckle up.
I want to feel free. Speak your desires out loud. Name them and claim them. And now, I want you to drop in so deep and launch yourself forward into the reality that these things that you desire are true and present here and now. See, what we're doing here is collapsing time.
Welcome, ladies.
This is the most magnificent thing about our minds, is that they can transport us to the possibility we know is true. What would the version of you that already has everything she wants say? I am limitless. I am expansive. I am successful. I am prosperous. I am so deeply loved. I am so profoundly fulfilled. I am inspired beyond my wildest dreams. That is you. That is who you are. Bring that into your body now, knowing that this version of yourself is already real. She already exists. And she's waiting for you to claim her. She's waiting for you to get so clear on your desires that you bring them in. You drop in so deep and own that they're already yours. Because when you do that, you become free to show up right now as the most confident, creative, courageous version of yourself. And we all know what happens when a woman of courage, devotion, and fierce clarity walks into a room. She turns heads, she makes waves. She's unstoppable. She is unstoppable. So that version of you, bring her into your body right now. You see what?
All right, beloveds, welcome, welcome. Ooh, I am already so lit up. I am so happy that you all are here. This album, for those of you who are asking, I shared it into our Facebook group earlier today. It is called the Rise album. You can check out the link in the Facebook group after this. It is a tone setter, a frequency shifter to drop us in for Decided Day 2. We are here for 1 hour today, and we are going on a ride. As I said to you yesterday, ladies, commit, be here for the hour, whether you are watching this live right now, 74 of you in this room, whether you are watching this on the replay, be present as much as you possibly can. Minimize distractions, turn your phone on airplane mode, Get your notebook out, get a pen out, have your water in front of you, get ready to be transported. I want you to make the decision again that there is a breakthrough today here for you, wholly new from whatever your breakthrough was yesterday, wholly unique from whatever your aha was that crystallized, that dropped in, that landed in your bones. I want you to open to the possibility that there is something even more profound, even more miraculous, even more life-altering that today's session is going to contain. I want you to show up for this session and for yourself with so much honesty, so much devotion to the process of becoming the 1% woman inside of yourself that you already know that there is something here that is going to cut and alter, a pattern disruptor that is going to change the course of your trajectory. Decide. It's happening now. For those of you who are joining us today live, who were not here yesterday, let us know in the comments if you are here live for the first time. If you were here with us yesterday, let us know that in the comments as well. I want to know how many people are back for day 2, double dipping for another sesh? How many people are joining us live that weren't able to join live yesterday? I am so happy that you are here. My name is Kate Scudder, business coach for female entrepreneurs, and this is the Decided event, my loves, where we are activating the 1% woman within. Excuse me. I absolutely loved tickling my throat. Absolutely loved getting literally dozens of DMs from you guys yesterday. My inbox was absolutely packed. From your biggest takeaways, your ahas, your breakthroughs. It was absolutely unbelievable to see what happened for you guys. The shifts, the crystallizations, what dropped in, what landed, words that you may have heard, essences you may have known, but that just landed for you in a new way and reorganized you. I would love to hear in the comments if it's still swimming in your body, if it's still alive in your cells. Share with us what your biggest takeaway from yesterday was. There's so many sisters here who are joining us for day 2, several who are joining us for first day. I'm so happy that you are here. Share with us in the comments what your biggest takeaway was. I'm going to do a brief little recap because whenever we accelerate, whenever we go to new places, it is so important that we remember where we are moving from. So as a recap for yesterday, you yesterday recognize that decidedness is what creates certainty. We do not need to be certain in order to decide. Decidedness is what creates certainty. And certainty, my beloveds, is the organizing principle of the universe. When you make a decision, you literally change the quantum particles of reality. You literally reorganize circumstance around you. You open up possibilities. You open up pathways that before only existed as potential, only existed as a maybe, only existed as a wouldn't it be lovely if, wouldn't it be nice if. When you decide, you literally alter the course of what becomes possible in your life. And when we don't decide, when we sit on the sideline, when we stall off at making a decision, when we neglect to commit and to decide and to embody that decision with our fullness, with our full being, we're still making a choice. We are still actively co-creating. There is no such thing as delaying a decision and not making a decision. You are making a decision always, in every moment, with your words, with your lack of words, with what you say, with what you don't say, with what you do, with what you don't do, with how you be, with how you don't be. Every single thing, every way that we move, every utterance that we speak is a decision that is the pen that is writing the trajectory of the rest of your life. Let that land, let that sink, let that really seep down into your bones. When you decide, you open up circumstance to move in your favor. And now, beloveds, we are coming to day 2, and the multi-million, trillion-dollar question is now what? Now what? So we recognize the potency that we all possess the most magnificent quality that as entrepreneurs, women leaders, creators that we possess is the power of our decision, the power of our decidedness. And now what? There is a big difference between making a decision and sustaining a decision. There is a big difference between being the person who makes a decision and being the woman who sustains a new way of decision making. I'm going to say that again. It is one thing to make a decision. It is another thing to sustain an entirely new way of decision making. This requires an embodied shift. This requires recognizing that decision is not something that we do once and done. A decision, a way of making decisions, is something that we embody, something that we do day in and day out from who we are, deeper than the layers of identity, deeper than the layers of social conditioning, deeper than the layers of what I should do. We make sustained decisions by a new way of being. This is where activating the 1% woman within comes from. I want to start us off by unpacking this title, and I would love to know. I love hearing you guys say where you are feeling this in your body. Tell me I want you to, throughout this live stream, I want you to pay attention to your physical body. Okay? Mama can't help but do this because I'm 7 months pregnant right now. You guys want to see the bump? Woo! I can't help but be in my body right now because that is just where life is happening. This gestational flow, this creation is literally pouring through my body right now. With 2 times as much blood as I normally have, it's pumping. And what I want you to know is that your body has so much wisdom. So as I'm speaking, as these transmissions are coming through, I want you to pay attention to where you can feel this activation in your body. Where is it happening? Beautiful. Throat, gut, chest, yes, hips, pelvis. So beautiful. So beautiful. That second chakra, that root force of creation, sacral energy. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this. So pay attention. And as the downloads are happening, feel free to share with us in the comments. Let us know how your body is absorbing this. Let us know how it is landing for you. I want to go into this phrase, activating the 1% woman within. I want to know, and we are family here, I want to know for reals if any of you got triggered by that tagline. I was very aware, my manifestor self, so beautiful, Lois, holding that for you. In my manifestor self, that this might shake some shit up. This might ruffle some feathers. This might make some people feel initially, and we talked about observing that, right? The shame blame thing yesterday. I knew that this title, Decided, Activate the 1% Woman Within, might bring up feelings of, whoa, 1% woman, whoa, hierarchy. Hold the phone, Kate. I thought you were not about hierarchy. Let me say something to you guys. Activating the 1% woman within. The idea of a 1% woman is not about becoming better than or being better than 99% of other women. That is old paradigm, old school. Okay, beautiful. Yes, you knew. It made you feel great and seen. I love that. There's so much space for all of the reactions. If you were like, hell yes, that's me, check please, my song, hierarchy triggered. Okay, cool. Yes, there's space for all of it. The hierarchy thing is precisely what I want to speak to. So Tara, thank you for raising that. Hierarchy, the lie, the illusion in the story that there is 1% of people at the top of the pyramid and 99% holding it up, right? This is like the patriarchy. This is the lie that we have been sold and told, that only 1% of people get to have, the luxury experience. Only 1% of people get to live the good life. Only 1% of people get to really be and experience the fullness of what life has to offer. This is the lie. The lie says that okay? And I want you to do me a favor right now. I want you to imagine somebody that you consider, and you all know you are that woman. But I want you to just first thing that comes to mind, don't overthink this. Don't be too in your head about this. I want you to imagine and bring into your mind's eye somebody that you consider to be a 1% woman, somebody who expands you, somebody who ignites you, somebody who you look at and you say, damn, that woman is inspiring. Holy smokes, that woman has just got something. She's got the X factor. She expands me. She is a powerhouse. She is magnetic. Like, there is just something about this woman. When I think about that, when I ask myself that, like, immediately the person that comes to my mind is Sara Blakely, the founder of Spanx. Billionaire with a B, playing in the big boys billionaire club, founded her company. She's hilarious. She loves French fries. Her whole entire company is about empowering women to feel better in their bodies. She, built this shapewear company. You guys probably know who Sara Blakely is. Founder of Spanx. No longer CEO because she sold it and is a billionaire now. Okay, beautiful. So beautiful. Whoever that person is, just let them come to mind. Whatever the name is. There may be many people, but you guys are so gorgeous. Okay. The lie, okay? The lie is that she has something that you don't. The lie is looking at her and thinking she must know something that I don't. She possesses some special skill set, some secret code, some unique thing that has allowed her to rise higher, that has allowed her to do something different, that has allowed her to create this success that leaves most people scratching their head and wondering, how has she done this? $1 billion company, $1 million company, whatever the thing is. Whatever the thing is, okay? Whoever your person is, whoever your expander is, can you feel that there is somewhere inside of you that lie still lives? Somewhere inside of you that's still thinking, she knows something I don't. She's got something I don't, okay? Born with something that I was not. Yes, and if there is a trickle of that lie in there, I want you to share with us in the comments. What does it say? She knows something I don't know. She has something I don't have. She inherently possesses just an effortlessness and ease about her that I could never really do. People like me don't get to have things like that. Women like me don't get to go that high. Women like me don't get to create a life that is that extraordinary. To have people working in her house and working in her company, to be able to give away bonuses to her team, that is something that only a 1% woman could have, right? Feel what it feels like. I want you to notice the difference between that lie. And again, you guys are in your bodies right now. You're anchored in your bodies. That's why we started yesterday and today with that meditation, to drop you in, to get you out of just your head and let you land in your body, in your hips, in your feeling state, your chest open, your heart open, your root strong. Feel where the lie lives in your body. Feel how different that feels from these other resonant truths. These rememberings that you are the 1% woman. The lie wants us to contract. The lie wants us to contort our shoulders. The lie wants us to shut ourselves off. The lie wants us to believe that we're not enough, that we're missing something, that we don't quite have it. And I want you to hear me now. It is not true. The truth is, a 1% woman, the secret code that she possesses is the code of remembrance. A 1% woman remembers who the fuck she is. I want you to write that down and let it tingle all over your body. A 1% woman remembers who the fuck she is. You see, the oak tree, the most magnificent oak tree, started as an acorn. That acorn contains the entire tree that will grow so tall, 100, 200, 300, 400 years from now. That tree, the fullness of it exists as a tiny little acorn. If that acorn forgot that it was that tree, if that acorn didn't remember that the codes of the inside of its DNA were destined to become that grandiose, magnificent, with a plaque on it so people can sit under it with their grandkids, if that acorn forgot who it was, it would never become that tree. The 1% woman does not possess something that other women do not. She goes into a place. She is brave enough to embody the fullness of her identity and become the version of herself that most women are too scared to do. Most women count themselves out before they even remember their own destiny. This is what becoming a 1% woman is. Not becoming by adding on things that are outside of you. Not becoming by getting some more training, some more certification, some more letters behind your name. Becoming that 1% woman is about remembering that you already are her. Activating her is choosing to move through the world in a state of continued remembrance that you are her, and that all of your decisions that you make, all of the choices that you make, the words that you speak, the way you walk, the way you lead, you are moving as her. This is how whoever you thought of, whoever that person was that came into your mind in lifetime, this is how she has climbed. She has walked through her own journey and trajectory. She has held this seed, this acorn of conviction with the vision of the grandiose oak tree in her mind. That is what has guided her. That is what has propelled her forward. Not competition, not needing to be better than someone else or something else or be better than 99%. It is a remembrance that she already was magnificent. She always was. That is what becoming and activating the 1% woman within is all about. You possess more mastery, more potential, more power than in most waking moments I'm going to venture that you give yourself credit for. You possess more power to create the life, the wealth, the business, the love story, whatever the fuck you want. You possess more power to bring that into existence than you could possibly imagine, until you commit and decide that that is your frame, that is your lens, that is how you are choosing to move through the world. And here's the thing. Whoever you imagine, there's no doubt that she has achieved extraordinary things because she has cultivated specific skill sets. She may possess more mastery than us in a particular area. Like Serena Williams, there's no doubt. She's a fucking oak tree and she smashes it at tennis. Could I do that? Maybe. Yeah, sure. Whatever my version of that is, my dharma is not to be a tennis player. But could I achieve, and will I achieve, and am I already achieving Serena Williams level mastery in my thing, the business coaching space, the entrepreneurial space? Hell yes. But you've got to go deep inside of yourself in order to be able to bring forth whatever that skill set is of yours, whatever that thing is of yours. A 1% woman does possess mastery beyond most people's comprehension, but the reason that she allows herself to get to that place of mastery, of skill set, of potency, and of power is that she deems herself the protagonist of her own story. She is in a state of an awakened remembering that this is her destiny, that this is what she is born for. 99% of humans, 99% of women are moving through the world, you guys, in a state of sleepwalking, forgetting who they already are. Being a 1% woman is not an elite status preserved for the chosen few. It's a decision that you activate. It is a decision that you make right here, right now, that reverberates, that sends a ripple through the timeline and trajectory of your life that changes the trajectory of what will happen for you. The 1% woman moves through the world differently. Decided in a state of remembrance. She makes decisions differently. She walks differently. She plays differently. She believes in possibility in a different way. I want to talk for a minute about risk, because we can't talk about activating the 1% woman within without talking about risk. This is one of the most terrifying things, and it plays on something that we talked about yesterday. It builds on this concept that decidedness is this dance, this beautiful, elegant dance with certainty. We think we require certainty in order to act. But really, it's the opposite. certainty, decidedness, knowing that it happens is what creates the reality of whatever the thing you want is unfolding. The 1% woman has mastered this skill set. The 1% woman is truly an artist of her own life because she really understands that in order to become and sustain, there's two pieces here. Activation is two parts. Activating the 1% woman within is two parts. It is about becoming and remembering, and it is about sustaining and maintaining. We don't just make one decision as our highest self. We don't just take one risk as our most expanded self and say, woo, it's done. I'm there for the rest of my life, done deal. No, we literally live into this as a new way of operating. It's like we literally need to switch out the programming, like the Matrix style. We need to reinstall the program of, I am a 1% woman. I am that 400-foot tall oak tree. I am the woman who creates everything that she desires. I am already the multimillionaire. I am the woman with a global impact. I am the woman who changes the lineage of my ancestry. That is me. That is what I do. That is who I am. That is already who I am, even if that feels distant. She does not just decide that once, she decides that in an ongoing way. And the bravery that is required to do this means that we need to be willing to change our relationship with risk. I told you guys yesterday, for those of you who were here on yesterday's training, I shared with you a glimpse of my story and my trajectory. How I quit my teaching job, let go of my health insurance, let go of my salary, had no freaking idea what I was doing. I had to do a GoFundMe to be able to get to Bali in the first place. And I sat on the sidelines. I watched other people doing this. I got a job so that I was able to stay there. And I waited and I watched and I looked and I saw other people doing this. And I said, wouldn't it be nice if? Well, it's great for her because I perceived myself to be a 99% woman. I perceived myself to be not one of the chosen few. I perceived myself to be late to the party. Any of this resonating for you guys? Any of this sounding familiar? I perceived myself to not quite be there yet. Until enough was enough. Until I got so sick of my own stories and could witness, literally, I could witness myself in this holding pattern of, why am I doing this? Why am I telling myself this story? And by the way, this was not just like something that happened in Bali in 2016 or 17. I've had moments like this at every single stage of my trajectory. If there is like a plateau, if there's something that's not, I've plateaued in a stage of growth, or I'm ready for my next big expansion. If I am telling myself the story, well, wouldn't it be nice if I had $200,000 to invest in my next coach? Or wouldn't it be nice if I had blah, 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 or wouldn't it be nice if I had $1 million in the bank? Or wouldn't it be nice if I am placing a condition outside of myself, I am not operating from the state of remembrance. I am not operating from the space of, I am my own miracle maker. I am my own pattern disruptor. I am the one who is literally deciding where I am going and what is possible for me. If I am telling myself, considering the outcome and coming to the conclusion that that is not me, that I'm somehow other than that, I have already placed myself on the losing side of the playing field. It's time to flip the script. And so for me, what that looked like when I started my business, was recognizing enough is enough, Kate. How long are you going to cling to this story because it feels certain and true? The more you tell it, the more certain it becomes. How terrifying, how risky was it to say, you know what? I have no idea what's going to happen next. I have no idea if this is going to work. I have no idea, but I am sick of being in my own way. I am sick of the version of myself that is not a 1% woman. Does that resonate for you? I am sick of the version of myself that is in want. Desire and want are two very different things. When you are connected to your desire, you have like, I feel that in my mouth. I feel it in my hips. I feel it in my pelvis. I feel it in my gut. I feel heat running through my spine. Desire is holy. Desire is the heartbeat of creation, literally. Desire is what moves the universe forward. Want is the feeling of there is something I am missing. I want that. I wish I could have that. Want is a vibrational frequency of separation. Want is I wish I could have that. If only that was in reach for me. I want, but I can't. No. Desire and want are two totally different frequencies. Whatever you're telling yourself you want, move that want energy into a place of desire. What is stopping you from dropping in to the power of that desire and shedding the lie of I want that, but it's somehow distant. I want that, but there's somehow a gap. What if there wasn't? And what if the gap between desire and want was your brave decision to cultivate a new relationship with risk? Boom. What if the difference between desire and want was your brave decision to cultivate a new relationship with risk? To become your own guarantee when before there was none. I have seen the power of this shift in action, and I will tell you that it is scary as fuck. It is scary because the very nature of risk, the very nature of bravery, the very nature of stepping out to do something that you have not yet done before, the very nature of stepping into something where you do not have a guarantee, you do not know the outcome, you are the outcome, you are the guarantee, is terrifying. Because now you are riding the waves where anything is possible. This is why it is so important to come back to that principle. It's not just about deciding, it is about sustaining the frequency of she who decides. If you make a decision and then waver on that decision and then back out of that decision, that's where, but still are in it, in theory, in your body, in your word, but not in your whole being. That's where shit gets fucked up. If you are decided but are so anxious and clingy to the timeline and tapping your watch and tapping your foot and waiting, you're gonna fuck it up. And the universe always gives us a chance to renew and to revisit and to play. It's like a benevolent universe. We have a million billion chances, guys. It's like no stress. But when we stress ourselves out and we put our hands on the neck of the outcome and I need the certainty, we forget that we are the one who is impacting through our energy, through our frequency, what the outcome will be. So I want you to hear this. When you change your relationship with risk, when you decide to put yourself into rooms, into decisions, into actions that move you into, that align with the 1% woman that you are becoming, there is no way for you to fall. There is no way for you to fail. You may need to make refinements, and as we talked about yesterday, when you are decided, you are able to look at what needs refining from a place of neutrality, from a place of spaciousness. It is not, and don't get it twisted, it is not as simple as I decided, I joined a mastermind, and then I grew a 7-figure business. No, I decided, I joined a mastermind. I nearly shit my pants the first live stream that I did. This woman, this fire, this channel, this energy that you feel pulsing through your screen right now, 5 years ago, she was a hippie in Bali going like, hey guys, nice to have you here. Okay, this is, again, the mastery, the skill set. This is cultivated because I decided that I was going to start hesitant and scared and not great, but decided. And I knew that this version of me, the one who gets paid to go on keynotes, the one who puts on a program that 1,000 people sign up for, I knew that she was here. And I was willing to activate her and do the work of becoming her, refining her, living into her before this arrived. The acorn doesn't get planted and say, boom, why am I not a 400-year oak tree yet? No, it goes through all of the gestational phases to become that magnificent, to become that expansive, to become all of that. But the knowing that you are that 1% woman, that is already within you, that is already in your possession. It's so important that you hold that, and that be the thing that steady you when you waver, that be the thing that steady you as you make big decisions and as you make bold moves. The 1% woman, such a key distinction of the 1% woman is that she does not wait for everything around her to be perfect. She does not wait for the certainty and the validation. She moves, and everything around her moves with it. I want to know for you, when you feel into the decisions that you have in front of you, in your business, in your life, what arises when you feel yourself nearing the ledge of risk? I want to go here. I really want to understand this for you guys. What arises when you feel into taking a risk, whether that is putting yourself out on a live video for the first time, whether that is entering an industry that already feels saturated, whether that is making an investment that feels stretchy and expansive and scary, but fuck, you know you want to be in that room. You know you want to be in that energy. You know you need that accountability, that support, that strategy, whatever the thing is. You know you want to hire that team member, but oh, can you really do it? You know you want to put on the event, but what if nobody comes? When you feel into the waver, the hesitancy around taking that risk, what comes up for you? Okay, good, beautiful. Thank you for an answer from your body. I feel confusion. I feel I won't measure up. Old patterns of not good enough. Yes. Fire and fear at the same time. Beautiful. Can't pay my bills. Not good enough. Fear and indecisiveness. Fear of being wrong, imperfect. Okay, so beautiful. What is happening now, again, we talked about that analogy of like the warm face compress, pulling out, drawing out all of the gunk. This is all happening. Right shoulder twitches. Interesting. Do you have any trauma in that shoulder from a past injury? That would be really interesting. No one will believe in my offering. Who am I to do this? Fear around approval. Yes. All of this. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I freaking know this all so much. Who am I to do this? Who do I think I am to just show up and lead all these women? Who do I think I am? Okay. There is something that I want you to do right now. When you feel into this, when you feel into it in your body, like take a minute. Yeah, your inner child makes you feel shy. Yeah. There is a part of you, and this is such beautiful healing work that we get to do, ladies. This is such beautiful healing work where we get to remind ourselves. See, the 1% woman within, I didn't even know we were going to go here today, but we're going here. The 1% woman within and activating her. I didn't say the 1% person. I said the 1% woman within. Part of activating her is finding a new relationship with safety, with risk inside of our bodies. And we cannot talk about risk taking and finding safety in our bodies without talking about mothering ourselves and being the mother to ourselves. Not just in an archetypal sense, but in a literal sense, being the safe home, the loving protection, the infinite comfort, the soft space to land. Growth requires risk. One of my favorite books, and I'm dropping another book. I told you guys I would do this. Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton has nothing to do with business, but everything to do with business because everything is fucking connected. He talks about cells and the way that cells in our body, like cells, cells, the way that they grow. And that our cells are so profoundly intelligent. Your cells cannot be in a state of protection. Okay, so this is why when we are like have cortisol pumping through our bodies all the time and are contracted and are really tense, right? We start to age more. Our systems start to fail. Our health deteriorates because a cell, the building blocks of your body, cannot be in a state of expansion, aka growth, and a state of protection at the same time. They literally have to be in one or the other. This is why we grow so much. This is why children who are growing at a rapid rate of development grow so much in their sleep and require so much sleep, is because that is where they are developing. Our bodies are so profoundly intelligent. If our cells on the most micro level cannot be in a state of growth, expansion, becoming the fullness of who they are, and protection, safety at the same time, what does that tell you about you? What does that tell you about the trajectory of your money? What does that tell you about the trajectory of your company, of your relationship, of the quality of your most sacred partner? Like, what does it tell you about how you need to cultivate a relationship with risk? We need protection. Obviously, we are hardwired to like run away from a bear if it's running at us. Good. Thank you, biology. We need that instinct. It's helped us to survive and get here. But like, unless that's happening, unless there is something truly dangerous that we need to protect ourselves from as a matter of life and death, most things that we perceive to be dangerous catalyze a response that causes us to shut down, hunker up, using the acorn analogy, be like a squirrel that gathers up all of our acorns and grip and bunker down and hunker down and not move. But guess what? If that makes us feel safe, the outcome that is certain is that we are not growing at the same time. So we need to learn to soften that grip. We need to learn to loosen our jaw. We need, metaphorically speaking, in our companies, in our businesses with money, we need to learn to retrain ourselves, to reparent ourselves, to remother ourselves. We need to learn to readjust our relationship with risk, to start to soothe our nervous system, our body, our parasympathetic and our sympathetic. We need to shift from sympathetic to parasympathetic. We need to remember that the limbic brain that tries to hijack and say, "Whoa, I'm going to karate chop any," we need to soften and we need to say risk, actually. Not every risk, not like jumping off a building without any kind of harness in order to hopefully get to the next building. Like, I'm not saying go watch The Matrix and try to jump from skyscraper to skyscraper in New York. I'm talking about the right risks, the kind that make you feel a fire in your belly, that make you like, shit, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I know this is for me. When you feel that, even if you feel stretched to the edges of your capacity and then just a little bit more, but not so much that it sends you into hyperdrive that you're out of whack, that is the sweet spot. You need to get outside of that comfort zone. But when you are there, the work, my loves, this is how we activate and find safety in the 1% woman, as she who does not just make one decision, but makes continual decisions from a place of growth and expansion, not a place of protection. The way that we do that is by learning to find new spaciousness, new beauty, new sense of groundedness in that expansive risk-taking. This is how we reparent ourselves. We reassure ourselves, I am safe here. It is safe for me to act as the 1% woman. Any story that says, yeah, but it's irresponsible. Yeah, but what about your kids? Yeah, but what about your family? Yeah, but this is a crazy thing to do. But yeah, but what if I don't make it back? There is no guarantee, my love, that you're going to make anything back. Whether it's an investment that you're making in the stock market, whether it's an investment that you're making in your company, whether it's leaving your business and going to work for a company that offers really competitive salary and benefits, there is no guarantee that it is going to bring you what you want. The guarantee is you. So can you learn to readjust your relationship with that risk? Can you learn to see and perceive, literally pick up a new pair of glasses and choose to see the risk differently? Choose to see the risk as a portal to your next expansion, as a portal to your next way of becoming. This is what the 1% woman has mastered. This is what she is so exquisite at. She knows that the only certainty is her own decidedness. She knows that through coming back to that again and again and again, she creates what she wants. And that is safe. We've got to be willing to go to the edge. The 1% woman is willing to go to the edge. She's willing to lose it all. She's willing to lose her reputation. She's willing to Fall flat on her face. What are you not willing to lose? This fear, these things that you guys shared before of I'm not good enough. What if I can't do it? What if I don't make it? What if? Those fears, it's like that story. What story gets to win? What story gets to win? I'm not good enough. I don't know enough. I'm not this enough. I'm not that enough. Do you believe actually in your capacity? Do you believe most truly that you are the one to be able to speak this? You are the one who is destined for this. If you possess that conviction, you literally activate a new set of reality in front of you. I want you to remember this. The 1% woman has committed herself to playing in an elevated field. She is surrounding herself with environments, with opportunities, with messages, with people that remind her of who she is. She is leading first with action, moving from her body-based awareness. And again, I want you to drop in. Where are you feeling this message most in your body right now? Where is it resonating in your bones? Where is it lingering in your being? The 1% woman moves from that place. The 1% woman isn't afraid to fall because she knows she's going to fall. She's going to fall 100 times. That's not the question. We need to unlearn the story that being a 1% woman means I need to stick the landing every single time. Guys, I have not stuck the landing every single time. I've fallen more than probably most of you on this video combined. The 1% woman isn't about getting it perfect to appear perfect on fucking Instagram. The 1% woman is the woman who is like, this is who I am. And as long as it's going to take, I am committed to it. As long as it's going to take, I am here for it. I am here for this becoming. I am here for this activation. And every time we reaffirm that with our decisions, every time we reaffirm that with our conviction, we change the course of our trajectory. We speak with just a little more certainty. We show up with just a little more confidence. We move into a room just a little more bold. We speak about our programs with just a little more magnetism, and suddenly something starts to happen. Momentum starts to unlock. Momentum starts to unleash. And then all of a sudden you have people looking at you saying, how did you do that? They want to learn from you. They want to get in the room with you. The 1% woman has cultivated this force field around herself that is so powerful. It's so magnetic. It's so unstoppable because she is committed to it no matter what. That is what I want to transmit to you today. Not something from me bestowing to you, something, it is a mirror, a remembering that you possess it. And now it's about what you do with it. Now it's about who you become with it. The last thing that I want to share with you today, and we're going to do a little bit of Q&A. I cannot believe how fast the time is flying. Oh my God, we're on another planet right now, you guys. Tell me what is resonating for you the most. I want to hear your biggest penny drop, lightning bolt, aha moment. Let me hear it in the comments. I want to know what is landing for you. Trusting that there is a message, a word, a phrase that is dropping for you in a new way today. Tell me what it is in the comments. Share it with your sisters. I want to hear this. Let's all be able to share that and be able to drink from it together. The transmission that I want to leave you with before we move into Q&A today, you guys, is this. The 1% woman does not operate in isolation. The 1% woman doesn't depend on herself and herself alone to just be this superwoman. The 1% woman does not stand alone. The 1% woman surrounds herself with mirrors, with reminders, with other people, with environments, with opportunities that catalyze the fuck out of her own becoming. That truly spark her into a braver and more bold, more courageous space, that tell her that it is safe to come out of protection and move into expansion. That is what the 1% woman does, and she has made a habit of it. She does not just take a singular action. She does not just make a singular decision. She cultivates an entire new way of being and surrounds herself with the support systems, with the mirrors, with the messages, with the mentors, with the people who hold her to that standard, who do not let her slip, who do not let her waver, who allow her to be her full humanity, her full human self, but who will hold like a steady pillar the mirror saying, this is who you are. You are this 1% woman. Let me remind you of what you have decided, my love. There is no way for you to fall, no way for you to fail. You have taken a risk, and even if you fall, you have gleaned so much from that. And where you are going next, you're like an arrow being pulled back. Even if it feels like you're going backwards, you're being catalyzed, catapulted to an expansion more quantum than you could even imagine. The 1% woman doesn't try to do this by herself. She is brave enough to get in community. She is brave enough to be held accountable. She is brave enough to receive support. She does not try to get to the top by being better than other people, being secretive, moving in isolation. She is a communal creature. She knows that all accomplishment is done in community and relationship. She knows that the idea of being self-made is a piece of rubbish. And if you have been in my world, you know how I feel about this. If somebody says, Kate, my God, you're a self-made millionaire, I say, I am not self-made. I walk hand in hand and on the backs of my ancestors, my grandmother's grandmother, my mother, the women who have come before me, that have raised me, that have struggled, that have given me life, the women who I have chosen to surround myself with, the women who have supported me in my moments of wavering, in my moments of indecision, the rooms that I have chosen to put myself in to calibrate, to remember not to calibrate to somebody else's frequency or their frequency, but to calibrate to my own deepest, most resonant chords of power, who have held up a mirror to me to say, Kate, this is who you are. Don't you forget it. Even if you feel small right now, even if you feel defeated, even if it feels far away, this is who you are. Those are the women who have helped co-create with me. Self-made is an illusion, and the 1% woman knows that. She is both wildly bold, ambitious, and courageous, and profoundly relational, interconnected, and human. We don't need to do this by ourselves, and the 1% woman knows that, and she chooses to collapse time by being in relationship, by getting herself in the room. As all of you have done, you are in the room. 84 of you in this moment are in this room. You know these words that I am speaking, something may be landing in a new way, something may be dropping in a new, crystallized, potent, and powerful way. But you know this. Me transmitting this frequency to you is a mirror. You possess it already. The question is, will you live it? Will you act as it? Will you choose to leave this room and leave these 2 days and move into your life and business steeped in this knowing again and again? In some moments you will, and in some moments you will forget. And the question is, how have you set yourself up for the moments of forgetting? Because ladies, we all forget. I forget. Sarah Blakely forgets. Whoever the fuck you're admiring forgets. The question is, what about, because we're human, because we are both wildly divine co-creators, and we are human. We are women. We have periods. Some of us have kids. We have moments that we slip up and our bodies feel like crap and we're tired and like, what kind of system have you surrounded yourself to hold you and to steady you in your moments of humanity? This is where, and I shared this with you guys yesterday, we're going to open it up into Q&A in a moment. I shared with you yesterday an opportunity, and I'm going to close it here, and then we're going to move to Q&A, an opportunity to not just leave this space activated, inspired, lit up by remembering the power of your decision, by remembering the 1% woman within you, by remembering how potent and powerful your opportunity is to activate her through the potency of your decision, the commitment to sustaining that decision, rewiring your relationship with risk, moving from protection into growth. Not just all of that, but what you choose here on out, how you choose to leave this room is going to determine the results that you get, is going to determine the outcome of your life, is going to determine the kind of opportunities that you attract, is going to determine the confidence that you feel. And so what? So my invitation to all of you who are listening, who felt something move inside of you in these last 2 days, who felt a resonance that you can't even explain, but it is moving in your body. It is alive and it is undeniable. And you know that you don't just want this to be a pep talk that you attended for 2 days. You want in on this frequency of remembering. You feel a part of you that has awakened like a tiger inside of you. And you know the power that she possesses. And you want to walk with other women's, with other tigers, with other lionesses. You want to walk with your shoulders back and your head held high and your heart strong and your hands connected to other women who are committed to being the biggest, boldest, bravest version of themselves as they birth the movements they are here to lead, the wealth they are here to build, the companies that they are here to scale. You don't want to do this alone. If that is you, if that describes you, then I have an invitation for you. I am launching. And you will see this next week, but this week, just for people in Decided, Leap Year, which is my 1-year experience for women who want to go the distance, for women who want to be held in a container of accountability and sisterhood and support, for women who want to be coached live by me for an entire year inside of every program that I teach live, with access to every training. You've heard my story. Every training that I have built that helped me scale to 6 and then multiple 6 and then 7 and then multiple 7 figures, you get access to it inside of this program. Instantly, by the way. There's an entire vault of resources, tools, templates, courses that are passive and you can do them at your own time. And you also get access to an entire year, a community of other women, badass female entrepreneurs from all over the world, and live coaching with me through every live program that I launch, from mindset and energetics to wealth and like tactical money management and money expansion technology, to marketing, launching, program and offer creation, selling, leadership, to back-end support and structuring your business, the infrastructure of a multi-7-figure company and how we have grown it every single step along the way. Everything from the tactical and strategic to the energetic and the embodiment is inside of this program. You can read the sales page. We just put it in the chat. If you are feeling activated, if you know you do not just want to be here for 2 days. And God, I love that you're here. And you're going to hear, we've got a special announcement for you guys tomorrow when we do the live training, not the live training, the live drawing for our giveaway winner, because one lucky person who has been eligible, and my team has been tracking this through our giveaway protocols, one person is going to win a free spot inside of Leap Year. Okay? The doors are open now for you. If you have felt a resonance in your bones, my simple message to you is that you decide, is that you make a decision and you follow it and you trust yourself. You trust the 1% woman within you to lead you in the right direction. When you are connected with her, when you are safe in your body with her, she will not lead you astray. She will not bring you into the wrong place. And I am so excited. I talked about this yesterday. We already have women signed up. So I want to tell you about, you can read everything that's on the sales page. Again, this is in the comments. But what I want you to know is this. We have already had multiple women sign up and there are 2 exclusive bonuses. Only the people who are undecided have the opportunity to unlock these bonuses. Okay, so I want you to listen very carefully. The first bonus, when you sign up on the payment plan or pay in full, either one, you unlock a 3-hour virtual retreat with me. This is a group retreat for only the women who sign up from Decided. The topic and title of our retreat is called Traction. Okay, we are going to be focusing inside of those 3 hours, like sleeves up, strategy AF, going into the traction that you need to scale your company, the traction that you need to move the needle in your business in the next 6 to 12 months. We are going to be detailed. We are going to be really head down, movement making. I'm so freaking excited. My inner masculine is like frothing at the mouth to teach this virtual retreat with you guys. For those of you who have already signed up, it's going to be so magical and so super, super powerful. So that is the first bonus, and that is open to everybody. Okay. Everybody. I love this. I don't need this. I desire this. Yes, that is the vibe. Desire. Get in this room if you feel the resonance. Get in this room if you're like, I want this. The 1% woman does not rise in isolation. She rises supported because she knows she is worthy of it. She knows it is who she is. Okay, that is the first bonus. The second bonus, listen, is only for pay in full. So there is a payment plan option that's super extended that lets you pay for this at a pace and at a rhythm that works for you. The pay in full option, and by the way, Leap Year is like all of those things that I described, the courses, the templates, the library, and all of the live programs, plus live quarterly coaching with me, access to my team, a Facebook group where you can submit questions weekly. I mean, it is an insane amount of support for 60% off. If you bought everything singularly, then it's 60% more than if you buy the experience of Leap Year, which is 1 year. Okay, and the benefit of that long-term commitment, that 1 year to settle in and let your body relax and unfold with a mentor who knows you deeply, is so profound. I said this yesterday, I'll say it again. I have been a long-term investor in the spaces that I am held in. 2 years, 4 years minimum. Like, I go the distance with my people because depth unlocks breadth. Depth unlocks results that quick hits simply cannot. So I really invite you, if you're feeling the resonance, to join us for Leap Year. The second bonus, if you pay in full, you unlock a 60-minute one-on-one strategy session with me. Normally these guys are $3,500 each. You get it for free as a bonus, plus the virtual retreat, plus everything inside of Leap Year. And there's like tons of bonuses in Leap Year by itself. But these are the decided bonuses. They are time sensitive. This is not fake urgency. This is truly rewarding those of you who feel the resonance and trust yourselves to move. I am so excited to welcome you in. We had 10 spots for the pay in full bonuses originally, guys. I announced this yesterday. 2 are already gone. So if you want to join us for Leap Year and you know that this is you really want one of these one-on-one spots, then join us. The pay in full option comes with both bonuses. If you do the payment plan, you don't get the one-to-one bonus. You just get the first bonus that I mentioned, which is the 3-hour traction retreat. And you can read all of the details in the sales page for Leap Year. I am going to be doing a live stream tomorrow where I draw the winner to the competition. You can read about the competition. It was on the Decided thank you page when you signed up. Follow me on Instagram, share your takeaways, comment in the group, etc., etc. We are going to be doing a live draw tomorrow at 2 p.m. And my team is going to be doing that. They're going to give me the draw live. We have a system that we use. It literally spins the wheel like, I don't know, Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune or whatever game show that is. It is a random drawing and selection. So for those of you who are eligible for the competition, the giveaway, we are going to be doing a live draw at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So join me here for that. I'm also going to be doing a live Q&A about Leap Year if you have questions. But if you feel the resonance in your bone, you don't need a Q&A. You don't need any of that. You know and desire this level of support. Click the link in the sales page. Join us. I'm so excited to have you. We have so many beautiful women who have already stepped in. Currently, we have 11 women inside of Leap Year. The groups, the cohorts are going to remain small. So the maximum number of women on a coaching call is going to be 20, and then we're going to divide it into small groups so that there are not overwhelming numbers, so that people get personalized support. There's also a support coach that you get access to inside of this program. So it's myself, our support coach, and our entire CSI team, who is like the hands on deck helping us operate this ship, this multi-million-dollar company. You get access to all of us. Okay, so it's small right now. We have the capacity and the infrastructure to scale this, but we're going to be keeping the pods of the coaching calls themselves intimate, 20 or less. Great question, Yesenia. If you have any other questions, guys, send me a DM on Instagram. It is me there, and I am more than happy to share with you. If you know this is the room you want to be in, if you know that this is how you choose to rise, I cannot wait to welcome you in and share it with me in the comments. I love you all so much. Any other questions from today? I want to bring you back to our top takeaways from today. The 1% woman is not out there, some distant, successful woman that only if one day you could become. The 1% woman is inside of you already. She is waiting to be activated through the power of your decision. She is waiting to be affirmed with the conviction in your bones. She is waiting to come to life by who you choose to be. The 1% woman is already within you. The question is, will you choose her? The question is, will you lead with her? The question is, will you allow her to be in the driver's seat of your life? It requires trust. It requires risk. It requires knowing and coming back again and again to your decidedness. But when you move as her, nothing can stop you. When you move as her, the world around you reorganizes itself to make space for the biggest dreams in your heart to come through. Remember that. Live from that. Lean into that again and again and watch what happens. I love you all so much. It has been so powerful and beautiful to be here with you guys today. Thank you for joining. Share your top takeaways in our Facebook group, on your Instagram. My team is going to be sending out a recap email shortly with some of the biggest golden nuggets from today. Make sure you check your email in about 20 minutes because that is coming out. And have a blessed and beautiful rest of your day, ladies. Remember, you are unstoppable when you decide. And the 1% woman exists within you already. I'm sending you all so much love, so much power. I'll talk to you soon, and I will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Don't forget, be here, same time, same place for the live draw. Mwah!